it's Joshua Vergara. What's going on, everybody? And this is our first look at the Turing Appassionato. Now, the last couple of years for Turing robotics industries has been, well, complicated. The last phone was highly anticipated by a large amount of you, but there were some unfortunate circumstances that kept the phone from sticking to Android or even coming out at all. Now, 2 years after I looked at the original Turing phone, the company is back with a new offering that not only sticks to its Android promise, but brings one insane capability you won't find anywhere else. The phone is still made of liquid morphium, this time a version 2.0 special alloy that is one of the strongest materials used on any smartphone ever. But that's about all that the Appassionato has in common with its ill-fated predecessor, as much of what TRI tried to do in the past is simply not part of the present. The original Turing phone, in the name of security, did away with the headphone jack and put a proprietary charging port on it, but with the Appassionato you get the USB-C port and a headphone jack returning. There's really one word that came to mind when I got my hands on TRI's sophomore attempt: shiny. There are a couple of versions of the Appassionato that come in black and silver chassis, though I was given a limited gold edition that will not be making it to the masses until a little bit later. In all versions, the nano-injection molded body is complemented by Gorilla Glass on both sides, and sports an artsy feathered design. It might look like a peacock, but in reality it's actually a Chinese black rooster. A 2K AMOLED display comes in at 5.5 inches in size, making the phone just a bit bigger than might be comfortable for one-handed usage. And of course, with that Gorilla Glass on the back and also the metal sides, the phone might slip about a little bit. But the AMOLED display is a good step forward for color saturation, and so far it looks pretty good. Underneath it all, the phone tries to keep up with high-end specifications. Despite there being a Snapdragon 821 in this phone, which puts it behind the 835, you get 8GB of RAM and 128GB of onboard storage. The camera is practically the same camera from the Pixel, a Sony IMX sensor that comes in at 12 megapixels and comes with all the typical modes, including 4K video recording. The front-facing camera is an 8 megapixel shooter though. We will have camera samples available for our full review, so stay tuned for that. Which brings us to the software, which was a big story from the original Turing phone. Android eventually got nixed for Sailfish OS, which was highly unfortunate, but Android returns in the Appassionato with version 7.1.2. TRI's security features were supposed to bolster Android 5, but now Android 7 is plenty secure, so they have shifted their focus. Instead, TRI wants to provide a streamlined Android experience, and what you get on the Appassionato is essentially a stock Android experience. You can even swipe up on the home screen to bring up the app drawer, much like on the Pixel, and there are no bells and whistles or extras added onto the stock experience, which makes this a much more accessible version of Android than was found in the original Turing phone. But keeping the software guts simple allows the Appassionato to really showcase its main feature, Sir Alan. What we have right now are digital artificial intelligence assistants. However, what TRI is trying to do is add a human touch to all of that. TRI's philosophy claims that current digital AI assistance is rather limited, as it needs to be given as much information as possible, but will eventually not be able to follow up. On the other hand, there are full concierge services that are included with certain tech products like those from Vertu. However, phones like that have a price point of upwards of $10,000. Instead, TRI is trying to make the Appassionato merge the two. Google Assistant is currently available as the digital AI assistant, and for everything else, Sir Alan is at your beck and call. Built into the app are suggestions for local spots and events that users might be interested in, though right now they seem to be focused on specific cities. But what if you need to take things further? A team of human assistants will be able to anticipate further needs of users and be able to follow up. And they are not only available through certain functions of Sir Alan, but they are also available 24/7 via calls or email. You can even just call a Sir Alan representative whenever you need to for just about any task you need to get done.
Oh, excellent. You must be Joshua Vergara.
Yes, that would be me.
And we're available to you 24 hours a day. We assist with everything: quick questions, research, travel requests. We've had clients look for something, a piece of art to purchase, a rare breed of horse, an antique car, whatever people think up. You know, what interests you is what interests us. So if you make certain requests and you have certain themes and topics, we make note of it and we personalize your profile.
Well, I'm sitting in the Langham Hotel out in Pasadena right now, and I was just curious what the name of the restaurant here is and what its reviews were.
So the Royce is known for Australian Wagyu beef, and it is it looks like the preeminent restaurant there. And let us know if you want a dining reservation, or lunch or anything. It's 1:30, so I imagine they're probably getting towards the end of lunch service. But if you'd like a dining reservation, let me know.
Okay.
Please.
Yeah. I'll call back if that's the case.
All right. Well, fantastic. Nice hearing from you, Mr. Vergara. Thanks so much for your call to Sir Alan Concierge, and have fun with the service and sort of take it to the limit if you'd like, or just use it for day-to-day, however you feel most comfortable.
Okay. I'll definitely try to do that. Thank you very much.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Have a great afternoon.
All right. Bye-bye. You too.
TRI hopes that Sir Alan's capabilities will go far and beyond what we're used to with services like Google Assistant. But of course, it is about merging the two together. Imagine using Google Assistant to discover a concert that is happening in a week, and instead of scouring the internet yourself for the best ticket, a quick call to Sir Alan will put your assistant to work for you. A step forward in what might be called amplified intelligence makes the Appassionato a phone that is less of a straightforward, simply fancy Android device, and more an addition to one's overall lifestyle. Though it sounds like a very expensive feature to add, it is actually included into the price of the Appassionato, which is $999. With $999 as its price point, you get the high-end, luxurious Appassionato along with 2 years of Sir Alan service, after which time you can move on to the next Turing phone, and then you will get another subscription to Sir Alan included with it. Now, I don't blame anybody for taking all of this information with a grain of salt. After all, the previous phone didn't make it into everybody's hands. But this time around, TRI has partnered up with TCL, one of the biggest manufacturers that is responsible for the hardware for companies like BlackBerry and even Vertu. So a lot of the issues that plagued the original Turing phone should be alleviated, but we're going to obviously see when it comes out in the fall. We will have a full review of the Turing Appassionato in the weeks to come, and we'll do a more in-depth look at the amplified intelligence system Sir Alan. And you can stay tuned for even more about TRI's latest device here at Android Authority. So make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and stick around because we are your source for all things Android.